Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.
Drew Brees was on Get Up. It has an exclamation point. And by the way, speaking of Get Up, Dan Orlovsky, quarterback, great football mind, Dan Orlovsky is going to join the Pick Six podcast tomorrow morning, along with two NFL quarterbacks. That's right, two current NFL quarterbacks, Jordan Ta'amu and of the Kansas City Chiefs, backup for Patrick Mahomes, and PJ Walker of the Carolina Panthers, backup to Teddy Bridgewater, I guess. All three guys on the Pick Six podcast tomorrow. You can check that out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, even available now on your Apple iPhone, not just for the green text freaks like John Preach. Sean Payton said on Get Up that Drew Brees is coming back for his, quote, final season. Do you buy or sell that Sean Payton accidentally revealed Drew Brees' plans, Sean Wagner?
Well, first, because I do have to address what Breach said about me, I think Breach is drunk, though, because he compared me to an NFL quarterback who started basically a full season, and he thinks that's an insult. Out of all the things you guys have made fun of me for, that is like in the bottom 5 meanest things you guys have ever said. If you want to compare me to an NFL quarterback, I'll take that every single day. So thank you, Breach. Not insulted, taking it as a compliment. I'm going to completely sell the Sean Payton stuff because Sean Payton today, right before he came on, said he misspoke and he is, quote, a big dummy, which is the most relatable Sean Payton has ever been. We're all big dummies. Everyone listening to the show is probably a big dummy if they like it. And look, this is what I'll say. I hope it's not his final season, but it very well could be. If you look at the contract structure, it's structured in such a way that both teams certainly look like this could be his final season. He's 41 years old. I hope it's not his final season, though, because we talk a lot about Tom Brady aging well. Drew Brees is aging even better. You look at his numbers from a year ago in a shortened season. He had that thumb injury. His touchdown rate was the highest of his career. His interception rate was right around 1%. Led the league in completion percentage, as he almost always does, and averaged around 8 yards per attempt. So I hope Drew Brees doesn't hang it up because he's still playing at a high enough level to keep playing like Tom Brady is.
Sean, you want to be compared to an NFL quarterback? You're a poor man's Chase Daniel. Moving on. I think I'm buying exactly what Sean Payton is selling because I don't think that was a slip. And I think what he followed up with today is all part of his master plan to confuse everybody about what he wants to do in the draft. They pick at the bottom of the first round. And I wonder if Jordan Love starts to slip because he hasn't made it a secret about this. He loves Jordan Love, and he loved Patrick Mahomes when he came out a few years ago. That if Jordan Love gets to 15 or 16 or 17 on the board, they may try to do some shaking and moving to get up there and grab him. They don't have a second-round pick, so it'll require some future picks. But I don't think Taysom Hill is the long-term answer. Sean Payton also talked about Taysom Hill in that interview with ESPN about how they're working on him being a quarterback. I've seen that movie. He's a great athlete. He's also 30 years old, and he's had a ton of injuries. And I know Sean was talking about how well Drew Brees played last year, but he can't throw the ball 40 yards down the field. And I feel like if you want a guy with that are throwing bombs, and Jordan Love can do that, and Taysom Hill can do that to some degree, you're going to have to move on from Drew Brees, and it might happen after the 2020 season.
Yeah, I'm also buying this. I feel like this was a Freudian slip by Sean Payton. It's like when you accidentally tell somebody about their surprise birthday party and you're like, oh, no. And then you have to quickly backtrack and be like, oh, you're not having a party. Don't worry about that. That's what Sean Payton did in his interview, in his teleconference today. He was backtracking so fast like, oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Drew's year to year. And Sean really hit the nail on the head with the contract structure. Look, when Tom Brady signed his contract, that is a 2-year, $50 million deal with $50 million in guaranteed money. Drew Brees only has $25 million guaranteed. He only has 1 year of guaranteed money, which means there's no money after that if both sides want to get out. And if Drew Brees did tell the team he wants to retire, that's how you would structure the contract so that you can take that $25 million hit and kind of pan it out over a couple seasons. So maybe Sean Payton did spill the beans here, and I'm kind of buying it. So I'm not going to be surprised when Drew Brees announces his retirement on our podcast next February. Make that happen, Brinson.
You know, actually, Drew Brees revealed a knee injury 3 or 4 years ago on the podcast. I asked him about it. No one else had talked to him about it yet, and Drew Brees felt compelled. despite it being just me and him on the phone, no like PR people or anything like that. Like he had to tell the truth, and he just spilled the guts about having a like an MCL repair in the offseason. I have to look it up. And I was like, what? Wait, what? And yeah, so breaking news, breaking Drew Brees news. I'm sure he'll be more than thrilled to give us the retirement scoop. I think like Phillip Rivers, like any older quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, Drew Brees very much a year-to-year proposition. I don't know what quarterback Sean would be. You'd have to find a quarterback who would talk about Kyle Allen while there's a Sean Payton quote graphic on the screen. Is there a quarterback who would do that? He's like, this, like, I mean, who does that? What's going on here? Literally, don't do this, and then he does it. So maybe you're Jameis Winston, Sean. Don't throw that interception. Oh, he already threw the interception. Jameis Winston shows up on FaceTime. Throw the phone in the lake.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.